Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel if you're new here. In this video, I am not only going to show you how to make an adorable Christmas wood round, but I'm also going to show you how to layer multiple vinyl. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that you're going to want to do is, of course, prepare your wood. So I had purchased this wood round from, I believe, Mondo Llama, so I think that is Target. And I painted my surface with chalk paint. I did 2 coats of chalk paint. And then I went into Design Space and I measured the diameter of my wood round. Once I've done that, then I went ahead and cut everything out that I needed. So before we get into layering and putting everything on here, we have to weed out our vinyl. So I'm going to start with, I used multiple different colors for this, and you're going to see why I have multiple different layers. This is probably one of the cutest wood rounds that I have ever done. I actually have done this before, and I wanted to do this again. I did it on like a really thin wood round, and I wanted to apply it to this one that I just showed you guys. So I'm really excited to show you guys this. Now, this design is from Design Bundles, so if you've never checked them out, go ahead. I'm not affiliated with them by any means, so I'm not trying to promote their channel. But I really like their designs, and I also like their customer service. They're pretty quick to respond. So now, this project, I will tell you, there's a little bit, you're gonna waste a little bit of vinyl here and there, and I did it for the sake of lining everything up. Now, of course, if you're okay with not necessarily not lining things up, but just okay with taking the time to line things up, then by all means, go ahead. Now, I most certainly can trim out some of this vinyl, that I kind of wasted, but I accidentally forgot to do that, so it will be all right. I have plenty of this vinyl, so sometimes you just kind of pick and choose your battles. So there's this one. This is a smart vinyl, and it's their removable vinyl. This is going to stay indoors, so I don't need it to be permanent. So there's the red layer. And let's go ahead, and I know there is actually a few of them that I accidentally cut the vinyl at the wrong size, and so I had to duplicate it and then contour one out so I can fit it in. I think it's the orange one, so this one doesn't belong here, so I'll have to make sure that I take that out. I can't remember. There's 2 of them, so we'll have to I'll have to try to remember as I'm trying to line things up which one which one doesn't go with what. So then I got to remember the orientation of my vinyl as well. So this project is a lot easier if you cut it out and make it at the same time, but because I need to prepare for my videos, I did not get that opportunity to do that. Again, I told you there's a lot of wasted vinyl in here, but again, I'm all about trying to slimline things, and I'm okay with that. So there's that, and then we'll get the green going. All right. Now, this is going to be a cute little reindeer with some Christmas lights on him. And it would be really cute if you had glitter vinyl or glitter iron-on. Either way would be fine. But I didn't have all the colors I needed, so I unfortunately couldn't do that. So I just stuck with a matte look. I didn't want a glossy finish on this one. Oops. No, wait, that's good. And this is probably one of the simplest projects, and I'm just making sure that I have everything to weed out, to be honest. So I think I got all the lights on there, plus the little thing that goes on the nose. So I'm going to group that over here, because the lights is going to be one of the last things that I add to this cute little wood round. Okay. Let's get the nose and the eyes. Okay. Then we get part of the face here. So this project, again, is super easy to weed, super fast. So it's just the time-consuming part, and I really don't think it's that time-consuming, but the time-consuming part is just cutting it all out and then trying to line everything up. So that is going to be where your time is spent, not so much the weeding process. So if you don't like to weed, then this project is most certainly for you. Okay. And then lastly, our string of lights. And again, this is a fun project. It's super easy. It's just you got to make sure that you get it lined up pretty well. And yeah, so let me go ahead and weed this out real quick. Now, if this is going to go outside, I would recommend you to use permanent vinyl, but I think half of my vinyl is removable and the other half is permanent, just because it's the colors that I wanted. So, and you most certainly don't have to use all these colors. And actually, this is what was recommended in the SVG. And if you want if you have a certain theme, of course, choose the colors from whatever you want. But I don't know. I liked the colors that they suggested, so I went with that. Okay, so we have that, and then we have cute little reindeer antlers, and then really don't need that. I need this, and then the string of, or the lights will probably be one of the last ones that I need, and then, which is going to be the easiest part. So again, this is a lot of moving parts here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in. In fact, can't remember. Now, this wood round does have like a little notch that you can use, or a tooth hanger, and I don't think I'm going to use either of them. I think I'm going to add ribbon to it, so I'm not, I don't know, I may keep this aligned. If it does not end up aligned, then I'll just end up using ribbon. I'm terrible about trying to get that aligned, but okay. So what it's going to do is we're going to go, I think we're going to have to, let's see here. And also it's helpful if you have the image pulled up on your screen. There's no way I'd be able to do this without doing that. So, and then we got the ears. So I think what I'll do is, again, a lot of moving parts here. Let me think about this. So I think we'll have them like this. Oh, you know what? One end goes to the other end. So that's going to be, okay. So I think this is going to be the one I will need to align. In fact, I think I'm going to have to go down a little bit because I need room. Looking at the SVG, I need room for the string of light to go there. Okay, so this one's going to be my first one I'm going to work with. Yeah, so what we'll do is get some transfer tape out. And honestly, even if this gets off a little bit, it will be fine, because you can just make it work. You can trim it, and you know, whatever. So I know layering vinyl can seem, especially in this sense, because there's a lot going on. I know that can seem overwhelming, but honestly, it's not that bad to align your vinyl because of the parchment paper, and that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. I don't like having pieces like that, and I'll use that for something else. All right, so move that out of the way. bring this in, keep it flat as best as possible. So I'm going to peel back my backer sheet or the carrier sheet from my transfer tape and fold this in half. And I like to work with the shorter end of my transfer tape. It just works a lot better for me when I'm trying to align or to transfer. I want to try to get this as straight as possible. So I think I kind of went a little crooked. It's still crooked, but I think it'll be all right. All right. So let's go ahead and there we go. Start peeling this back. Perfect. Okay, so we'll keep this in case, yeah, I'll keep this because I'm going to use, and typically if you can, you want to use your biggest piece first and then trim it down from there. But unfortunately, this isn't my biggest piece. I have a bigger piece, so I'll have to add, and I might end up layering my transfer tape with other transfer tapes. You can do that as long as they overlap. So let me move that aside. Burnish this down. Okay, and then of course you want to do the back as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to kind of declutter my area a little bit because I will need the room. I feel like I'm going to need the room at least. All right. So then let me bring in my wood blank, and then I am going to bring out my parchment paper because I want to be able to play around with situating this piece onto my wood blank. I have my parchment paper, and I don't think that I'm going to need such a big piece. Just like transfer tape, you don't really want to have a huge piece because it can really mess with your eyes. So I think what I'll do is trim this down, and if I need to use a larger piece, then I can. I'll just tear another piece. I reuse my parchment paper so it won't go to a waste. Okay, let me put that aside because that piece I don't need. This piece is the piece that I really need. And I'm also going to square this up a little bit. I don't need any like random pieces. All right. So now that I got that done, I'm going to go ahead and peel the backer. So what I'll do is I will put my little transfer tape on here. And when you do this, you want to expose a little bit of vinyl or a transfer tape. I try not to expose vinyl if I can avoid it because I don't want the vinyl accidentally sticking. I want the transfer tape to stick because if that part gets ruined, it's not a big deal. So that's why I do that. But sometimes in the design, like where you're close to the edge, you might have to expose a little bit of the vinyl. Okay, so let me make sure I have this aligned real quick. So I have that there. So I have an idea about where the top is. And again, if it ends up not centering, then I'm just not even going to be concerned about it. So I'm going to try to line it with my line here of 8. So I have an idea about where the center is. Okay. Then I'll bring this in. So now what I can do is play around with the positioning of my vinyl. So how I did it, if I measured it correctly, it was about 11 1/4. So I made sure it lined up pretty close to the edge. So it looks like, actually, I'm gonna pull up my design because I think the string of the lights is supposed to go in between this and the edge of my wood round here, but let's see. Let me take a look. No, they're supposed to overlap. Well, good thing I checked that out because I was going to have this go down and then the whole drawing would have been off, or the whole decal would have been off. So I'm going to go ahead and align that. And again, I'm just paying attention to this edge here, and then of course here, and that will align everything as well. So I think that's good. I'm just going to rotate this a little bit just to make sure that I'm good on that side, and then good here, which I am. Okay, so what I'll do is I will make sure that my transfer tape is on there pretty good, because sometimes when you pull this out, it lifts the transfer tape. So I think this is good. I just want to make sure, because the alignment of this is going to matter, because everything's kind of left justified on this. All right, so that is good. Let me go ahead and try to pull this transfer tape. Sometimes I lift it up and then pull my transfer tape ever so gently, because I don't want to accidentally pull the vinyl. Okay, very good. Now, another easy way to go about doing this is you could most certainly use iron-on. That way you don't have to fuss with the transfer tape. So it looks like I could have pushed it up a little bit better there, but I don't think it's going to affect the design that much. So then I'm going to peel this back. Very good. Wonderful. So looking at it, I got a little off there, but I think it will be all right. So then, since that is done, I literally can take it, or I can go anywhere with this. So I can start with the face, I can add the string of lights, because at this point, as long as I have something to go off of, everything should be good to go. However, you have to look at the design of your SVG, because some things overlap each other. So for example, I have a light that comes down here, so that sits on top of the face, so it would probably make sense to have the face go next. So you just got to make sure that you pay attention to, like, for example, I wouldn't want to put my nose and the eyes on before I put the face on. So that's just something that you'll need to consider when you're trying to line everything up. So the next thing that I'll do is I'll go ahead and add the head. All right, so bringing my transfer tape, and you're only going to get so much use out of, let me make sure that this is going to be enough, so much use out of the transfer tape, just because, or at least in my case it will, depends on what you're trying to stick yours to, because I have chalk paint that tends to pull up some of that chalk paint, and then it kind of creates a little film on your transfer tape. So just be mindful of that when you are, I'm going to try not to have to cut this down, just because I'm going to try to save on transfer tape, but I might end up having to, just because I'm a strong believer, don't use more transfer tape than you really need. Okay, pull that up. Very good. So let's go ahead and move this over, and then get this into position. So this, you can use the parchment paper method, but this is actually kind of easy to handle. So okay, peel that up. Wonderful. So the next portion, I will go ahead and apply the snout. Okay, let me go ahead and move that to the side. And just trying to think about how this is going to lay down. All right, so be careful not to get it stuck there. So I'm getting a little bit off somehow, but you know, I bet it's because I might have measured it wrong. I thought it was 11 1/4, but I think it was a little bit bigger than that, so that's all right. There we go. And honestly, it doesn't always have to go to the edge too. I mean, you can have like a cute little border around it. That doesn't matter. You know, whatever you want to do, it's your project. And then we'll go ahead and finish off the face, and then we'll come back and do the string of lights. My favorite part. All right. Let's get that on there. And I'm getting, again, I already have 1, 2, 3, 4 uses out of the same transfer tape. Eventually it may stop working on me. But let's see here. I think that's good, right? All right. And I'm being careful not to lay down my whole transfer tape because I don't want it to accidentally lift the vinyl that I already put down. Isn't he starting to become super cute? And then I chose this like pearl iridescent vinyl because why not? Something's got to shine. All right. That did not transfer well. Let me go ahead and do that. Move that to the side, and I'm going to burnish the front. Sometimes you can get away with not having to varnish the front or the back, you know, one or the other. There we go. All right, so move this over here. Right, going the wrong way. You know, honestly, you could do one at a time, so that way you can just focus on one area, and I think that's what I'll do. So I'm focusing on the right ear. Okay. Oh, so cute. Love it. Okay, and then let's go ahead and got it. You guys, this is starting to come out super cute. Oh, love it. Okay, so now the next part, in order to do the light bulb, we need the string of lights on our little reindeer. So let's go ahead. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. It is not, but that's where this little guy comes into play. I can simply layer my transfer tape. There we go. And then I will add, that should be good enough. Perfect, more than I need actually. But as long as they overlap, it will work just fine. Okay, let's go ahead and varnish that. Okay. Now I'm thinking I might have to use the parchment paper, but we'll see. Oh, you know what? Well, I forgot to add this guy. We'll add it when we get back. It will be fine. Just realized that. All right. So again, I'm just looking about how this is going to get laid down. And okay, I think I will add the parchment paper. Because I want to make sure that this is right. And this is like that. This is the area where I thought this only goes into this, but it doesn't. It overlaps with each other. So, and I'm gonna pull gently this time. I think this was supposed to cover this part up, but honestly, I think it'll be all right. Okay. Now what we'll do is we will peel this up. There we go. Starting to come together. And then real quickly, I'm going to use this piece real quick to pull up this little guy. This is not wanting to burnish or transfer. Let me try to burnish it a little bit better. Just trying to be quick about it, but here we go. Okay, and then we will add the little shine. And I opted for glossy for this part, just because the whole point of this is has a little shine on its nose. So I thought it'd be kind of cute to add glossy to that. All right. So I'm going to keep that piece because I'm going to need it. And then at this point, I'm looking over my design and I'm making sure that I don't have any light bulbs overlapping each other, because then that will matter to the order of laying my light bulbs. In fact, this probably would have been easier to do them individually, and I would have saved on some vinyl if I would have just lined them all up and then just easily just place it there. But I was hoping to do this all in one, and I wanted to show you how you can line things up using parchment paper and all that fun stuff. So, all right, what I'm gonna do now is I'm trying to think. I can't remember which of my vinyl. There was two vinyl. Definitely know it was the orange for sure. So this one is this bottom one. Go ahead and transfer that. Oop. Okay. And I think it was, which one? It was, let's see, there's that, there's, I think it's supposed to, yeah, go up here, so it's this one down here. Okay. So let me go ahead and add this light bulb to the there we go. Perfect. Okay. Then what you can do is, all right, well, we'll see if I can add this all together. All right, there we go. Go ahead and burnish that. If I had to recommend doing this again, and I guess I think I did this last time, I just wanted to save on vinyl. I think I did do it this way, but I don't know. I think in order to like save some time from aligning things, it's easier just to make sure that they're attached to one another. Static today is no joke. All right, let's go ahead and move this one over, and then this one I know goes here, and that one goes there. See how a lot quicker this is? You can just sit there. You don't have to do one individually. So, you know, if you have a little bit of, if you don't have a lot of vinyl, then my recommendation is to detach all of them and transfer them individually. But if you're okay with wasting a little bit of vinyl, then I would recommend just doing all at once like I just did. All right, so then the blue, and I'm just trying to remember which one is my piece. Let's see here, is it like this? I think it's like this. There's definitely a piece. Okay, so this one does not have the extra one. I should have marked it, and I told myself I was going to, but it was like midnight when I was cutting this out last night, and Mama needed to go to bed. Little one, usually on Fridays, she gets up super early. Well, not super early, but she gets up early for me. And so I needed to go to bed. All right, so let me peel this up. Okay. So now we'll need to transfer. I think it's because this vinyl is a little bit on the older side. Again, I think you guys heard me mention before, when your vinyl is older, the backer tends to do this, which is fine. I buy quicker than I can craft. Okay, so I think this way. All right. This one, I'm going to focus on one side and then focus on one, get that aligned, focus on the next one, focus on this one. This one's going to be particularly challenging, I think, because that blue, the far upper right one, is going to be a challenge trying to get that to align. And then not only that, but to stay on the vinyl, or to stay on the wood round. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. All right. There we go. That wasn't too bad. I was thinking that was going to be a little difficult trying to get that one to stay on the wood round, but it turned out really good. You know, this would be a cute project for you to do if you have like a theme of colors that you are using for the holiday season. So like in a lot of my craft videos that you haven't seen and will be seeing, they're all burgundy and a dark green. But I feel like since it's Christmas lights, it should be a little bit brighter than that. I don't know. Then the green. Got green and yellow next. And this one, again, I'm looking at, trying to think how this is going to go. I think it's the green one that, this one, and then I got this one, and then I got, it's this one here that I need. Okay, so this is the extra one. So let me go ahead and grab that. The reason why I had the orange one and the green one, why I had to do individual ones, is because I was doing this late at night and I measured the height wrong, and so I had to duplicate it, contour it out to just the one, and remove the other one, so that way I had enough of my vinyl. I'm not even sure how that happened. I swear I looked at that. I don't know what the heck happened. But you know, it's a little trick of the trade that you make sure that I have this going the right way. No, I need to have this one. It needs to go down. Okay. So, okay. And then I'm going to leave this one, the last one, just because I don't want to accidentally put it in the wrong space. and get the front. Alright, so I don't want to keep on getting it upside down. Oh, no, 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 you don't. Ooh, that was a close one, guys. Alright, so is it this way? Do I have it the right way? Parchment paper. I don't know why I cannot get this one oriented the right way, but is it this way? It is that way. Alright, it's just hard to see right there. Okay, so let's just do this. I'll fold that back a little bit. I'm just going to line them one at a time. For some reason, this one's hard for me to see. So let me just do one at a time. There's that one. Perfect. This one's really tricky with the black and that brown. Oh my goodness. And there's I don't know how this one got set off. I think I might have took off the wrong one. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's all right. And okay, so then let me get this one on here. I love how that I'm getting use out of one transfer tape. So this project really does save you. Oh, you know what I did? This one was supposed to be on here. It was this one that I had to cut off. Oh well. It all worked out. No wonder I was off. Very good. All right, so we got 2 more colors and then we're done. Isn't he not cute? Oh, love this one. There we go. Brush that down, and that one. See how fast this project's going? I mean, like I said, the longest time is the most time that you're spending on this is cutting everything out. It took longer to cut all this out because I like to do, even though I have multiple cutting mats, I still do one at a time just because I like to try to keep things organized. So that one goes there, that one goes there, and that one goes there. Bingo. There we go. Oh my gosh, I thought this was the red one supposed to go there. I'm like, oh no, I got it wrong. Wonderful. All right, one more layer, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use just one transfer tape. So what I will do is I'm just gonna transfer them one at a time. And especially since this is smart vinyl, I did not have non-smart vinyl, and as much as I love the fact that you can cut long pieces of vinyl. Oh, smart vinyl is really not user-friendly. All right, so let's go ahead and add the last light bulb. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look how cute. All right, and it's really gonna tie together once I add the high. So I'm gonna retire this. I don't need that anymore. It has a lot of film on there from the paint. And then this, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer. So awesome. I was able to use, hopefully, This has a lot of use to it, so I don't know how well this is going to transfer. But I was able to use one transfer tape for this whole project. And then afterwards, I will retire it because there is a lot of gunk on there. All right. Just kind of have to encourage it. Wonderful. All right, let's move that to the side. And let's add the last portion of this. Trying to find the center here. Very good. And then we're going to add the word hi. There we go. Locating where I want it to go. Very good. I think that looks good to my eye. Nope, nope, no. Don't like that. It was a little off. Let me see here. Okay. Perfect. There we go. Burnish that down. And she's done. Wow, what do you guys think? Oh, I think this turned out super cute. And honestly, again, we use how many different colors? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11-ish different colors of vinyl. And you guys saw how easy this one, I mean, this looks complicated, but honestly, it's not. And as I mentioned a few times, the bulk of your time is cutting all this out and organizing it. And then the weeding process is probably the easiest part. And then just aligning things. It didn't take me that much time. I only had to use the parchment paper a few times. Mainly just to, you know, find where this goes. So when you're doing this type of project, you want to find where you want everything to be based off of. So align that first, and then everything else just kind of falls into play. So when you're trying to do layering, so like, does it make sense to do the ears next, or does it make sense to do the head? So the head was the, you know, the one that made the more sense in this, you know, situation. But anyways, yeah, so you can add a cute little bow, but I honestly think it'd be too much for this project. And then of course you can hang it here or add some type of cute little ribbon. I haven't quite decided what I will do with it. I do have quite a bit of ribbon actually. So I might actually try to go out to Hobby Lobby or Michael's to see if I can find like a ribbon that has polka dots on there with these type of colors and then add the ribbon. But if not, then I think I'll just use what is provided, because I actually kind of got this center. So the center's about where my middle finger is at. So it's actually pretty good. I got this aligned really well. And honestly, it really doesn't even matter, you know, if you're off a little bit, because what matters, I think, is the sentiment, the word hi, making sure that gets aligned or straight up and down. But overall, I think this turned out super cute. I hope that you guys try something like this and, you know, take a risk, and it will pay off, let me tell you, because look how adorable this is. All right, well, thank you for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.